Friday, but we're already digging into another edition of From the Ground Up. Resident garden guy Mark McLean will talk a little bit about stink bugs and other common pests that many of us are spotting more often this season.
Yes, then we are getting a breakdown of what it really takes to land top talent in 2026. From bigger paychecks to the perks that matter most, into a new salary guide with a workplace expert to uncover what job seekers really want.
All right. And then later, dust off your lederhosen. Oktoberfest is taking over ARTISANworks this Friday. We'll be getting a special preview of all the festive fun they have planned and also a taste of some of the German offerings you'll be able to try.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, fun way to end a Tuesday, right?
I'm on board. Before all of that, let's get a first check of the forecast, because while it is fall out there, it doesn't feel like fall right now.
Not at all.
And while it will be a little cooler today and tomorrow, Marty says we're going to be back in the 80s before we know it.
Yeah, still just an amazing increase in numbers still in store for us. Yeah, that's as we head closer to the upcoming weekend. But today, again, a lot of sunshine out there. We're in the process of seeing a front move through. It's actually going to help to cool us down a little bit. But overall, really not much of a visual change. Usually with a front passing through, you get more cloud cover, some rain, things like that. But of course, we're just keeping up the pattern that we have been seeing with really not much happening, even with that frontal passage. We're seeing temperatures mostly in the upper 40s to near 50 right now. So a cool start. And we'll see these numbers build very slowly throughout the day today, probably back to about 70 at noon. We'll be somewhere in the low to mid 70s for highs today, but temperatures will pull back a little bit over the next couple days. The visual look of the next couple days will be kind of similar with sunshine winning out, but when you step outside, you'll notice a difference tomorrow. Only 62 then, but notice what temperatures do beyond tomorrow. Start to come up by another 6 degrees or so between Wednesday and Thursday, up to about 68 then, up to 77 into Friday. And there are those temperatures closing in on 80, maybe even exceeding 80 by the first portion of next week. So a lot of changes in the temperature. That's about the only thing changing. The other thing is just the dry weather that will persist for some time, but at least we'll cool down and warm up again as we head closer to the upcoming weekend.
Listen, I'll take it.
Absolutely.
Plenty of sunshine.
Yeah.
We could use some rain, but I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, it's going to look nice a lot of these upcoming days.
Certainly,
Beautiful
yes.
day to get out in water, right?
It is. It is. All right, Marty, thank you.
Okay.
Hey, let's go off the top and start with some of the things that have piqued our interest this morning. I will start things off, and for my off the top, I want to talk about a video that has sparked a big debate online. A new upload from Mr. Beast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson. The video is titled, "Would You Risk Dying for $500,000? And in it, one contestant, a professional stuntman named Eric, is put through a gauntlet of high-risk fire stunts in exchange for a $500,000 prize. The video begins with this guy trapped inside a chair in a room that's fully engulfed in flames. He then battles through a series of escape challenges, fire rings, explosions, collapsing set pieces, all designed to look like he's fighting for his life. It's produced live action right there, but it's presented kind of like a game show. And the internet responded to this immediately. One viewer commented, "Mr. Beast is slowly turning into Mr. Jigsaw." Another said, "And Mr. Beast is back." A third wrote, this is so cool. I love the creativity." But the question is this cool or is it too risky? Mr. Beast himself responded to the online concerns. He posted a pinned comment saying, "We take safety extremely seriously. Every challenge was tested by multiple stuntmen. We had firefighters, EMTs, drivers, an ambulance, and fire suppression system on standby. None of it was ever needed." So let's be clear. This was not careless like some people on the internet think it was. The man involved was a trained professional under controlled conditions. But there is a question that lingers, not about safety, about everyone else. Mr. Beast's audience is enormous, and a large portion of his viewers are kids and teens. Even if his version is safe, what happens when someone at home tries to recreate it without the fire crew, without the stunt coordinator, without the exit plan? We've seen this happen before. Social media challenges that start as entertainment and end with someone hospitalized. So who owns responsibility in that case? The creator? The parents? The viewer? This isn't Mr. Beast's first controversy. He's been criticized in the past for turning charity into spectacle. But this one's a bit different because now the question isn't, is it ethical? It's, could this be dangerous? This video, it's impressive if you watch it. The safety measures were real. The stuntman was willing. But if your content leaves millions of kids thinking they can outrun a fire for fun, maybe the next trend shouldn't be, would you risk dying for $100,000? Maybe it should be, would you risk thinking for 5 seconds before you try this?
It's really, I'm a little concerned with it. I am, and, stuntman or not, it's still a person in there who's agreed to do this.
Sure.
But, accidents still happen. We see it all the time with firefighters who are risking their lives to save other people, and it just seems a little careless to me. I'm really not one to judge typically, but he markets all of his content for young people. The candy bars, the energy drinks, all of the YouTube videos, all the social media posts. I mean, I would say a good majority of the people that watch his videos, like you said, are young people. And I just, whatever. I'm in no place to judge here, but I'm just like, that just seems kind of stupid. There are so many other things that he could do to attract young people. I like the idea of getting them involved with charity and doing good things, but all this is really going to do is like make them want to play with fire.
That doesn't sell, though.
Well, he's also got candy bars and energy drinks. So, if you're willing to give away $500,000, maybe you can afford to lose a little bit of money by not doing
My thought, as soon as producer Ashley told me about this story, was no. No, would I risk my life for $500,000? No.
Yeah, it's just stupid.
Because if you lose, guess what? You really lose.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like my future potential is worth far more than $500,000.
I had no idea who this guy was until maybe a year ago. And
Get out of here, really?
I swear, yeah. And it was because we covered another one of his scandals or whatever you want to call it. And then I looked up his videos and I was like, this guy's really, really popular.
Yeah. Oh my.
Insanely popular.
He's one of the, if not the largest YouTuber there has ever been. I mean, he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. We're not talking like pocket change that he makes by producing these videos.
Yeah.
No, he has a full-on production company that makes these videos that he stars in or hosts these challenges. And listen, there are some of them that are, there was one, if you can survive 30 days in a grocery store, we'll give you $300,000 or something like that.
Like not getting caught? Like you have to...
No. You stay in the grocery. We built the grocery store. The money's in there for you to look at, and you're just not allowed to leave. You can't go outside. You got to stay in the grocery store for 30 days.
Done.
It's harder than you think, though.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because you're trapped. You're trapped.
Yes.
You're in there by yourself, alone with your thoughts, for 30 days. You can have any food you want, though, because it's a grocery store.
I'd come out of there fat and happy.
Yeah, right?
I totally would.
And rich.
Find me in the cereal aisle.
And rich.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
All right. Speaking of money, yours was, would you risk your life for $500,000? How about this? Would you risk your heart health for $1 million?
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so Mr. Monopoly is joining forces with Ronald McDonald, once again bringing back the chance to win big. The Hasbro board game Monopoly returning to the McDonald's menu. Maybe you remember this from a few decades ago. The popular contest gives folks the chance to collect these game pieces or properties through different food items. It is going to look a little different this time around, though. The game, for the most part, is going to take place on the McDonald's mobile app for loyalty program members. There will be some physical pieces that patrons will notice on their food boxes. Those need to be scanned into the app, though, to technically count as a game piece. The prizes this time around, though, are pretty impressive. Free food, rewards points, those are just some of the smaller options, but the larger prizes, 1 million American Airlines miles, a brand new Jeep, and $1 million cash, all up for grabs. Now, you may be saying to yourself, I thought they got rid of that. You're right. They did. It followed that massive scam that started back in the 80s and went through 2001. And maybe you remember several of the $1 million prize winners were all connected. The FBI later discovered 8 people were cheating the game, distributing big prizes to specific people. They ultimately walked away with more than $20 million. The person arrested, who was apparently the ringleader here, was a security official with the marketing company that McDonald's used to run that contest. Apparently, here's what we know. He would charge people $50,000 for that $1 million game piece. There was a whole documentary that came out back in 2020 reliving the drama of this scandal. And of course, there was also the money monopoly that came out in 2016. Maybe you remember that. That ultimately went away, though. The contest kicks off at the beginning of October. I want to say October 6th, if my memory is serving me right. And of course, people have a lot to say online. For the most part, anybody commenting is either super, super pumped about this or they're just being trolls online. Joe on Chain said, oh boy, Monopoly season is back. Take all my money. I just want to point out McDonald's did reply to that and said, hope you win some money too.
Ooh.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Jason said, at least we have this to look forward to. Trying to make the best of a kind of tough situation these days. This person said, LOL, the odds to win the Jeep are 1 in 13 billion. But like they say with the lottery, hey, you never know.
Yeah, you have better odds in the lottery, though.
Yeah, this person said, I seen the documentary. How can I trust you after that? That's a valid question, right?
Fair.
You think of how many musicians have like leaks of their albums before they're released because of people that work at the store where the album is being released.
Yep.
And, you kind of hope that everybody's just acting the way they should. Do we have any others? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah. Everyone needs to watch the McMillions documentary on HBO before playing. It's fascinating, disturbing, and hilarious. Our show has also been described that way. In case
Yes.
and if you want to bring in the money bags, bring back the McRib on the same day.
Yo.
Yeah, some of the comments from people on the new McDonald's Monopoly. And I'd never really even heard of this before this morning. I knew about Topps Monopoly because that was huge.
You'd never McDonald's?
No. Tim Hortons used to have Roll Up the Rim, and then that went digitally. That went digital, I should say. And I never really played in any of those contests.
I don't love that it's digital.
You like the actual board?
Well, yes, but it's also more screen time. And I feel like we need to bringing the pieces back, the little stickers back, and the map that you would pick up at McDonald's would, 5 extra minutes away from the phone.
Yeah.
Might be healthy for you. You're also eating McDonald's, so, weights and balances here. But if I'm not mistaken, when McDonald's still had Monopoly, you had to supersize items in order to get Monopoly pieces. I think they were only on supersized French fries and drinks and on key staple items like a Big Mac and things of that nature. I could be wrong, but that's what I remember.
So there are certain items where the Monopoly pieces will be, and they have a list on their website of all of those items that are featured as part of the Monopoly game. I didn't see anything about extra sizes. Do they even still do supersizing?
No.
Okay, so it's not like
long gone.
It's not like, oh, if you get the large fry, then you get the Monopoly piece. It's not like that. It's just, if you get the cheeseburger,
Listen.
I cannot tell you the last time I was at McDonald's.
I could, but it's because they have good coffee.
Do they?
Yeah.
I do remember the last time I was at McDonald's.
Good coffee.
And I'll tell you when.
Cheap too.
I was over at the McLean's, and I had maybe a touch too much to drink. And so I got French fries on my way home. I was not driving. I'm just saying I was not driving. But
wow.
Yeah. The McLean's.
Yeah, listen, nothing good happens in that household. Stick around. We've got so much more to come here on ARC Rochester, including when we come back, we're checking in with Chris Lopez, who's getting some hands-on training at the Genesee County Fairgrounds this Tuesday.
Yeah, and don't forget, take us on the go wherever you are. We're streaming live on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and on foxrochester.com. We're back after this.
Corrupting Abby.
Stop.
Students from Genesee, Livingston, Orleans, and Wyoming counties are gearing up to explore exciting career options for their future.
Glow with your hands highlights in-demand jobs in agriculture, food production, manufacturing, and skilled trades. Chris Lopez is live at the Genesee County Fairgrounds, showing us some of the hands-on experiences that these students get to enjoy. Chris, what's up?
Hey, what's up, guys? Yeah, dairy production. Right, the NIAC here is bringing the farm to you just in case you can't go to the farm to learn about dairy, because believe it or not, New York State produces a lot of dairy, and I want to bring in Brian Doherty from NIAC. First of all, NIAC, I've never even heard of it. What is NIAC?
NIAC is the New York Animal Agricultural Coalition, and simply put, we are a farmer-led nonprofit organization that helps bring farming to New York general population. Right?
Yeah, and the kids in this instance, and you guys have a really interactive trailer here, and can you take me through it from start to finish?
Absolutely. So here in the Mobile Dairy Experience, we talk about where we keep our cows, what we use to feed and bed them here in this section, how really animal welfare and how we take care of our animals. We also want to talk about sustainability and technology on the farm, so realizing everything has a purpose. Cow manure is one of those big ones we've talked about here. On the technology side of things, you know, robotic milking is actually something very new, and we talked about it here. It's a fully automated milking process. Cows walk in and get milked, walk out without any human intervention.
Yeah, and these kids can come in here and they can flip up and learn more about a lot of this stuff, which is pretty cool. Do you guys go to different state fairs and things like that to bring this to people?
Absolutely. We've gone to 2 county fairs. We were at the Great New York State Fair. We also go to schools, special events, and really anywhere we can interact with New York's general public and teach them about New York dairy farming.
And rather than just words on the wall, A lot of interactive things, one being the robotic cow.
Well, this is our milking simulator, and this is
milking rather.
This is how we get milk from our cows right here. And you can actually come and try your hand at putting our milking claw or milking clutch onto our cow.
All right, now I've actually done this in real life before, so I'm going to warn you, I'm going to be real fast with this. What's the rules? What's the stipulations? How do I lose? How do I win?
Well, you know, winning is getting this claw attached to the cow in a 15-second window of time.
Okay. All right, I'm going to let you click the start, and then I'm going to just try this out.
Okay.
Can I go?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah. With precision. You have done that
Bing,
before.
bada boom. I think I was a little bit too rough, but after this, so what is this design? Sticking something, up the cow's udders and milking the cow.
It helps start the conversation about where milk comes from, right? So the milk here on our milking parlor on the farm, it's got a number of steps in its journey to your all's refrigerator at home. And we talk about those steps here. The milk takes from the farm to your table. So from our milking parlor to the cooling and storage tanks on the farm, to transportation and testing, to a facility where we pasteurize, homogenize, and package our milk. And then, of course, we've got to transport it one more time to your grocery store, where you get to buy things that ultimately come from milk. Things like chocolate milk, whole milk, butter and sour cream for your baked potatoes. A couple of my favorites down here, we've got ice cream and milk chocolate. All of these things come from milk that we just got from our farm and our milking parlor.
And believe it or not, the cow just doesn't pop out the gallon of milk ready to drink for anyone.
That's right. And there's lots of jobs within the dairy industry that are available to young people, whether it's in dairy nutrition, veterinarian science, advocacy, even like what myself and Ryan do. Different jobs throughout the dairy industry that help make New York 5th in the country in dairy production.
And then we're going to scan over here. We got about 30 seconds left. This is the end of your guys' presentation.
A great area for the young people to come and learn more about dairy items that are available. Things like ready-to-drink coffee. Got to have some of that this morning. I had some whipped cream this morning on my waffles and pancakes, and may even have some on an ice cream sundae tonight after work. But this is just a really great way to learn more about New York dairy items that come from Mary Milk.
What's one thing you want kids to take away from this? They take nothing else, just one.
I think that the mobile dairy experience is here to help people recognize the welfare and the heart that farmers bring to the table to take care of their animals, as well as bring food to people's table.
5th largest in the entire country, New York?
Yes.
It's a lot of milk. That's a lot of cheese. Dan, I'm going to send it back to you in studio. Abby, you as well. We got more. We got Uno Mas coming up on ARC Rochester. Back to you in studio.
Milk and cheese.
Yep. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Good jobs, though. Those are going to be huge.
Oh, absolutely.
Those already are big in our area.
Absolutely. Absolutely. New York State Dairy. Hey, don't go anywhere, because when ARC Rochester returns, it's this morning's weather trivia.
Yeah, Mark McLean will be here after this. giving us a first look at today's sunshine, mild temperatures, and weather trivia, too.
It just goes on and on and on. It's like the Energizer Bunny.
But rather this than the snow going on.
Yeah.
Well, that does too, though.
But
I mean,
Hasn't yet.
not yet. Not yet. We're not there yet, but we are talking about the tropics. A couple of storm systems out there. One very close to the United States. That's Imelda. We'll check in on that. But that's where the trivia goes today. Check this out. So we're talking about what is the longest lived trackable storm on record. There's a picture.
longest.
There's a picture of it right there on the side. That is an actual picture of that storm. 18 days, 12 days, 24 days, 31 days.
Can you tell us? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Okay.
So like a thunderstorm will last 20 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
sure.
that's the entire life cycle of the storm.
So
right?
is this, looking at the storm right now,
Yes.
is this a storm that many people will recognize?
Not at all.
Not at all. Okay.
No.
Can you tell us when it happened?
1994. And this is just in U.S. history, by the way.
Okay.
There was one storm that actually lasted longer around the globe, but this is just U.S. history.
All right. I mean, it's ultimately just
It's a guess.
a shot in the dark.
It is, but it's the tropical weather. I figure we might as well do something along the lines of the tropics.
Do people remember the names of the hurricanes in 1994?
Some might.
They were big enough.
Can you tell us the names?
If they were, I didn't go down, A to Z through the list, but this one is kind of towards the middle of it.
Can you tell us the name of it?
It was, no, I can't because that'll give it away.
How?
Yeah, because then you know.
But no, if you were to say it's Hurricane Elvin,
Yeah.
it doesn't tell us how many days Hurricane
I'll give
Elvin.
you the name.
Unless it was like the 24-day storm
Yeah,
or something
yeah,
like that.
I'll give you the name at 9 o'clock on ARC Rochester. How about that?
What a tease.
Wow.
That's showbiz, baby.
That's not living up to the hype. All right, speaking of the tropics, let's go. Imelda, latest update. This was at 8 o'clock. Now a Category 1 hurricane off the east coast of the U.S. right there. Some of the spiral rain bands with that system actually interacting with the Carolinas now, so they've had a bunch of rain right along the coast. Some surf, of course, with a storm that now has winds around 75 miles per hour. But notice the movement to the northeast. That's the nice part with this one. It's going to be moving away from the United States and out to sea. This one and Humberto as well, still out there, tracking up towards Bermuda and eventually out through the North Atlantic. So wave goodbye to Imelda. It's going to be on its way soon. Now, this is really interesting and historic. This is now the longest period of dry weather that we've had on record in Rochester, going back to July 1st. July 1st through September 28th. Look at this. Less than 4. This is the only time that we've had less than 4 inches of rain through that entire period, which
How
is now
are we looking on the year?
near normal because May and June were incredibly wet. We had almost 11 inches of rain, and we had a decent winter also. So we had like 50 straight days of snow cover. You remember that back in like January and February. It was actually a decent winter too. So those are the only two things that are really kind of saving us from this moderate drought right now. But we do get that update on Thursday morning from the drought monitor. They're going to give us an update on that. No rain in sight. It's very rare that you'll see zeros in any one of our weather forecasts. In terms of a probability, 0 and 100 are guarantees in weather, so that's why we rarely ever use those two numbers. But there's just no chance. There's no chance that we get rain in this weather pattern. 49 degrees, the dew points in the upper 40s. Your morning low was 47 in western New York and Rochester. The satellite radar, this is the weird part here. There's actually a cold front just north of Lake Ontario. It's not even showing up with cloud cover or precipitation, but it is going to knock the temperature back for the official start of October. It is actually going to feel October-like. You may be grabbing the jacket tomorrow morning when you head out to the car. The high temperature back in the low 60s and Thursdays in the upper 60s, which is near normal, but summer just does not want to go. We're going to have temperatures more typical of late July, early August again, heading into next week with high temperatures back in the 80s. How about that?
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Sold.
73 today, sunshine, just like every day. Tonight we'll drop back to the mid-40s, mainly clear, seasonably cool. Northeast wind 7 to 12, and the 7-day forecast shows stink bug weather. Can we call it stink bug weather?
I think you
Sure.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Temps in the 80s next week. It's not just the stink bugs, it's the bees and like all the other stuff.
Everything.
We should have an expert on to talk about all of this stuff that happens this time of the
We
year.
absolutely
Oh my gosh.
should. Oh, Wait, this just in.
Oh,
That's coming up.
Ashley, that was fast. She can get a guest on this show.
Quick.
Guests
Quick.
love to come on the show.
Listen, they all watch. They're all sitting at home with their eyes glued to the television saying, oh, why isn't that me?
And why isn't ARC Rochester 3 hours instead of 2?
Honestly.
And what is the real anatomy of a stink bug?
We're going to find out, I think.
Do you think we'll find that out?
Maybe. I don't know.
I've never
What's it
questioned
like being stung by a bee?
I mean, that I know.
You've been.
You've never
Oh,
been
of course,
stung?
of course.
This guy's photosensitive. He's experienced
I know.
everything.
I know. All right. Thank you, McLean.
Yes.
Hey, don't go anywhere. We've got a lot more to come here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this.
This Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for sticking with us here on ARC Rochester. It's another round of from the ground up this
The
morning.
sound effects that make it.
Yeah, we're talking pests, in particular, stink bugs.
Yeah, for more, we're joined now by Daniel Vitello, the Director of Sales and Operations from Rochester Pest Pro. Good morning. Thanks for being here.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me.
All right, so you logged in to the Zoom a couple minutes ago, so I'm imagining you caught the last half of our conversation there before we went to commercial break, talking about stink bugs. And the reason that we started talking about this is because Daniel over here has had an infestation in his apartment. They are like everywhere.
They do.
Well,
They get everywhere.
now.
I would not say infestation. It's not infestation.
It's the lifestyle, Dan.
I would say that this past weekend, I vacuumed up 20 of them.
Wow.
Sounds like an infestation.
Well, that sounds kind of like a small infestation to me, but
Oh, that's amazing.
That's great.
So why are people seeing so many of them right now?
so there's a lot of reasons, but I would take it down to the fact that we've had less mild winters, or we've had more mild winters and extremely hot summers, like you guys were just talking about. And stink bugs, they're overwintering, right? So when it starts to get cold and the temperature starts to change, they like to find cracks and crevices in your homes, around windows and doors, and they try to find their way in so that over the winter they can have babies and get ready for when it gets warm again.
Daniel, do we know the temperature that this bug prefers? Is there a range that eliminates it, or is there a range that it thrives in?
So it thrives in warm weather, but they're able to sense as it starts to get cold. So that's why they like to be inside of your home, especially for you inside your apartment. But there are several things that you can do, right? You can walk around your home or your apartment, make sure your windows are sealed properly, your door seals. You could seal it with caulk or professional grade foam. And then you can call people like us, Rochester Pest Pro, and we do professional exterior sprays, which we spray around your windows, doors, cracks and crevices, your peaks and eaves, which will protect you all year round and keep those stink bugs out of your apartment.
Well, I know how they're getting in. I know how they're getting in.
You're just leaving the windows open.
No, I leave the back door to the deck open.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, so they're just
it's a free-for-all.
It's like I have a welcome sign. Is there anything I can put out to do they not like the smell of vinegar or something that I can, No, the answer's going to be no, right?
So I've heard mixed reviews. I've had customers that say, "Oh, I've put out mint oil or tea tree oil or things like that." But as a pest control professional, the best thing that you can do is make sure that your house is sound, sealed tight, and call professionals like us to help you guys get through it.
These guys are big. They are, this word is going to sound gross, but I'm going to use it anyway. They're kind of juicy. Like if you hit
They
them
are.
and squish them, it's, first of all, it's nasty because of the smell. And second of all, it's like, it's not like you're swatting a fly or anything. They're going to leave a stain. What's the best way to, what's the best way to kind of get them away, out, maybe killed without, making it gross?
So it depends. If you're a little skittish about touching them, I wouldn't recommend picking them up. It's not just when you squish them, actually. It's when they're disturbed that they'll release that pungent fragrance, we can call it. Some say it smells like cilantro. Some say it just smells stinky, which hence that's where the name came from. But the best thing that you can do is to vacuum them up or even sweep them up and put them back outside. But if you disturb them and you squish them by accident, you will get that nice pungent smell.
Hey, Daniel, once they go dormant, how long can they stay in that dormancy phase? Will it last for the entire winter, or do they need to feed, or how does that work?
They can make it through the entire winter, yes.
Wow.
Yep.
What are they feeding on? What do they eat?
So that's the thing. There's an agricultural impact, right? They feed on fruits, vegetables, crops, apples, grapes, peaches, soybeans. So it hits both hard for homeowners and for farmers, which is why it's becoming such an issue. And there's not many predators that feed on these stink bugs. So these stink bugs are out here not competing with a whole lot of other predators. They're reproducing very fast. The female can have up to 100 eggs, and in one season. So if nothing's hunting these guys and helping with the natural causes, they're able to just reproduce at a rapid level.
Yeah, and the cats want nothing to do with them.
I was going to say, I think
they want nothing to do with.
They don't even swat them or anything?
No, they've learned that they don't like them. They don't like the smell. Yeah, They alert me to them because they'll both, staring up, looking at this thing that's walking across the ceiling. And then I get the ladder out and get the hose on the vacuum and I'm sucking them up. All right. Mark wanted to know the anatomy of a stink bug.
No problem. So here's a good reference. You can see my shield here. Well, a little bit. It's in the way. But that's what they look like. They have a shield shape. They're about a half-inch big. They have 6 legs, they have some antennas, and they have these leathery looking wings, right? As you can see on the screen there.
Mm-hmm. It's like
they don't really jump. They're slow crawling, kind of like you see right there, but they will fly. And they're very attracted to warmth and light. So if you see them crawling up the side of your house, it's usually on the sunny side, where there's a lot of light exposure. So another thing you can do is close your blinds during the day. I know a lot of people like natural light like myself, but you take that warmth and light away, and it'll help in a lot of ways.
It's nasty. Hey, thank you so much for your time today, and really appreciate all that you do because I can't imagine doing that job. So shout out to you. For those who are interested in maybe giving you a call, RochesterPestPro.com. That's a good way to get in touch.
Yep, you can do that, and also our phone number is 585 486-4815, but you can find all the information about who to contact and schedule an inspection right there on our website at rochesterpestpro.com.
All right, Daniel, thank you so much. Stay on the line. I'll give you my number after this.
No
Thank
problem.
you again.
I know a guy that can help you out.
All
That's
right,
for sure.
sounds good.
Hey, much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester. When we come back, we're once again going to check in with Chris Lopez, who's learning some new skills this morning, maybe extermination.
Ooh, I wonder. Hey, don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. 13WHAM, or we are streaming on the 13WHAM YouTube app and foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
Welcome back. Students from Genesee, Livingston, Orleans, and Wyoming counties are diving into hands-on career experiences today.
Yeah, with Glow with Your Hands events that gives them a first-hand look at jobs in manufacturing, agribusiness, and other skilled trades. Chris Lopez has been live for us all morning long at Genesee County Fairgrounds, showing us what's in store. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm holding someone's internet, believe it or not. This is what this little small wire glass thing, this is what hooks into other things and creates internet. And the people that are responsible for fixing anything that goes wrong in the area which you may live in can be electric. I'm here with David this morning. You guys have a very important job. You mess someone's internet up, you mess with their livelihood in some cases, not all cases, but internet, let's be honest, is very important and part of everyone's daily lives. And we have some work going on here that kind of represents you guys troubleshooting internet problems.
So this would be a troubleshooting instance right here. So basically what would have happened is a dump truck or a semi would have taken a road crossing line down and ripped the fibers out of the splice case. So what he's doing right now is troubleshooting it, trying to figure out exactly which strain of fiber was the one that hurt thousands and hundreds of internet customers.
And this is, while it's called fiber, there's a part that's glass on here,
so
and it's so easy to snap off.
Right here is what he cut into. This is the glass part, and here's your outer coating. So right here he has to clean this part, and then he puts it in his glass tray right there, and he connects the wires, and boom, there's your internet and your light.
And when kids come in here, are they going to be able to watch him work on it, watch you guys work on
yes,
this?
of course. Yeah, you're going to have them standing in here, and he's going to explain exactly what our fiber is and what exactly is going on inside that case.
And Tambi Electric, give me the pitch. Why would someone want to work for Tambi Electric?
Well, started 50 years ago with just two guys, a father and their son, and working out of one van, and it's grown to 220 employees. And it's a good family-owned company. We do industrial, residential, commercial, electric. We have our fiber splicing units, and we have our teledata construction trucks.
And then over here, this is a little bit bigger. You're going to show me something with this wheel here. This is what you work on. This is your daily life.
So basically what this is doing is it's making our guys' lives easier. I can manually pay in the fiber if we're doing a rec out. Like, let's say you have that road crossing instance and you have to run a new piece and rec out the old one. This will wind it back in. And then this right here, when you're running a new line, we'll pay it out for you.
And how many of these little pieces of wire are in one of those?
So there is 288 fibers, little fibers in there, and they're all separated into about like 12 to 15 different tubes.
And you're so familiar with this business. It's a family business for you. You said 16 you started working unofficially?
Yeah.
Maybe some tax law, yeah.
Little box truck work, nothing crazy. But then once I was able to get into line work, I jumped right on it. And to be honest with you, I had no idea what a lineman was before. And now I'm obsessed with it. And I love my job, love what I do every day.
What made you, when did you realize that you wanted to do this?
Well, when I was very young, actually, just watching construction workers, especially being a family company, watching our guys. My uncle, actually, his brother would dig in my backyard, dig our pool in. So I'd be out there with a plastic shovel, digging right side by side with him, wearing my Tambi hard hat and Tambi shirt. So I knew I was going to be getting into this my entire life.
You looking to inspire the next generation that comes in here?
Of course I am. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here today.
There we go. Kids, come check out. I think there's going to be kids coming here probably in the next 30 minutes or so. I think there's a bus already here. So this place is going to light up at the 9 o'clock hour. I'm going to send it back to you guys in studio. There's over 70 vendors here. We just only explored 5 of them. And I'm going to send it back to you in studio. Should be a very fun day today at the Genesee County Fairgrounds.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Chris, did you find a new gig?
No, I love this gig, Dan. I love this gig. I will not leave this gig.
Oh, okay.
We have some bad news for
Yeah,
you.
we're letting you go.
Go to the conference room when you get back in.
I know how to splice internet now.
Oh, goodness.
Got that.
All right. Thanks, Lopez. We appreciate it.
Time right now is 8:48. Lots to get to this morning on ARC Rochester. When we come back, Crime Stoppers.
Yeah, we're back right after this. 8:50 this Tuesday morning. Protecting our community starts with teamwork, including our canine officers. And for this morning's Crime Stoppers, we're looking ahead to an upcoming fundraiser to benefit local canine funds.
Yeah, for more on the Dine to Donate event and how you can support those who serve, we're joined now by Sergeant Sean Edwards, Canine Officer Ike, and Mike Daggs from the Crime Stoppers Canine Initiative. Good morning to all of you. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Let's get right into it. First of all, I want to talk about, you brought Ike with you here today,
Yes.
Officer Ike. We talk a lot about all of the amazing work that the canines do, not just for Rochester, but for the entire community. Tell us a little bit about what it is that Ike and his other canine partners do.
So we have 14 dogs with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, but we also have surrounding agencies like the Rochester Police Department, Greece Police, Brockport, Irondequoit, that all have canines. And we all work together, we train together to make sure that we can, find missing persons, find narcotics, do explosive searches, find any suspects that are involved in crimes.
What does the day-to-day for a canine officer look like?
So basically it's, we have our cars that are home, the dogs come home with us. When it's time for your shift, you get the dog prepped, we're ready to go, and we get in the car and it's off to work. And really, you may be doing other stuff besides the canine, but you're also listening up for canine calls. Is it something that's happening around the county? Is it something that's happening in another town that we have to respond to and help? So you're listening to a lot of channels and just making sure we're out there and ready.
That's amazing. And the fundraiser, let's talk a little bit about that. Break down the event for us, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. I reached out to DeBella's sub shop. I know they have a fundraiser program that they do, and when I joined Crime Stoppers had mentioned this canine initiative, and they needed somebody to head that up and get into raising money for the local police department's canine programs. And DeBella's was willing to run a fundraiser where at any Rochester area sub shop, from October 1st through the 8th, if people make a purchase either in store or online using the code CrimeStoppers20, then 20% of the sale will go directly to that canine fund, which will help support medical needs for the dogs, or equipment and training, like any way that Crime Stoppers can help those departments out. So I thought it was very generous of DeBella's to do a 20% donation for each sale, and especially that they're willing to do it at every Rochester area DeBella's location. So
That's really incredible, because I have a feeling a lot of people don't think about the care that these animals need. They see them on the job, and but they need to go to a vet first and foremost, just like every other animal does. They need to get their checkup, and sometimes they require special care, like Ike did.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is vet care, very expensive. You have your annual checkups, and then your animal preventatives, flea, tick, and also any type of injury. These dogs are working in a lot of different environments. It's not like your regular pet dog that's hanging out in the backyard. They're going into a lot of houses, and you don't know what is in those houses. Anybody's backyard, through a lot of treacherous areas, and they do get injured. They do get a cut that could cause an infection, and then they're very expensive. Unfortunately, I was on vacation when he got injured. He was at one of our kennels, and it was just he happened to turn the wrong way and hit a little pole that was out there and injured his neck, but it was a very expensive surgery. And, thankfully, Crime Stoppers was there to help us out with that surgery because of the expense, and he's, back to full duty.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're happy to see him back on his feet. I know the community really was so concerned because Ike and the other canines are just loved here. For somebody who's interested in helping out with this Dine to Donate fundraiser, any DeBella's location in our area is participating?
Yeah, there's 7 in Monroe County, and it's any of those 7 they can go to anytime starting on Wednesday, October 1st through the 8th. And all they have to do is just mention Crime Stoppers 20, and then 20% of that sale will go directly to the canine fund.
Makes it really easy to support these important officers who serve and protect every day, just like their counterparts do. Really incredible stuff. Thank you both so much for coming in. We were all three of you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. We'll post all of the fundraising information for you over on foxrochester.com.
Hey, don't go far. A lot more to come here on ARC Rochester.
We're back after this. More to get to this morning on ARC Rochester as we continue into the 9 o'clock hour. Stephannie Joseph will break down some of our top political stories.
Yeah, she joins us now from the live desk with a preview of what we can expect at 9. Hey there, Steph.
Hey there, guys. In today's political pulse, the government is expected to shut down at midnight unless lawmakers can agree on a spending plan. But after a meeting with President Trump, both sides do not seem close to a deal. Hear from the top leaders in the House and Senate, as well as our local legislators, as time is running out. Plus details on a U.S. peace proposal Israel is supporting to end the war in Gaza. Hear from President Trump and the Israeli Prime Minister. That's all coming up in our 9 o'clock hour. ARC Rochester returns after this.
This Tuesday morning, September 30th. Thanks for staying with us on ARC Rochester. I'm Abby Fridmann.
I'm Dan Schrack. Meteorologist Mark McLean back once again with another look at the forecast, the answer to weather trivia, and the Muddy Paws forecast.
Yeah, there's always something interesting to talk about in weather, even when it's quiet. We can dig up some of the stats for you, and this is one of the interesting ones, the weather trivia from this morning. I think a lot of people will find this pretty fascinating for a storm that lived so long, right? The trivia says, what is, in terms of tropical cyclones, how many days did the longest track storm last in U.S. history? And was it 12 days, 18 days, 24 days, or 31 days? And we have lots of guesses. We've got Julia, Pamela, Debbie, Frank. Julie all said B, Mary has D this morning. And yeah, you can just see it's kind of all over the place. You know, some of these I do admit are probably just straight up guesses from people, but it's still fun to talk about.
And you said this was 1994.
This is 1994.
Okay.
The name of this storm was John. And I don't think that would ring a bell for many people either, unless they were, really weather enthusiasts that, followed the tropical weather. This one actually started out as a hurricane And there's been a few storms that have transitioned because they're in the Pacific Ocean from hurricane to typhoon. So you make that transition once you get past Hawaii. The name of it changes. It still kept the name John, but it went from a hurricane to a typhoon.
That's really interesting.
Isn't
I
it?
did not know that.
Yep, and did not get close enough to Hawaii to cause any real damage. So the storm actually only caused $15 million worth of damage.
Oh, only.
That's it.
Still a lot.
Yeah.
But
$1994. It might have been more
Comparatively
back then,
speaking,
but
yeah.
I mean, when you
Yeah,
compare it to a Katrina that did over 100 billion, you know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's so. What would you say? So this started near the west coast, went past Hawaii, and almost made it to the Aleutian Islands in Alaska.
I'm going to go, I'll go.
18 or 24?
Yeah, I'll go with B.
Well, how about this? 31
Wow.
days.
That's wild.
That's more than a month, right? I mean, if it was September, that would be more than a month. So this one started in August and went basically through the middle of September. And the distance that storm traveled was significant. I mean, it was more than 8,000 miles on this planet.
That's wild.
So would it be considered a slow-moving storm?
So it was, and it actually did reach Category 5. So, I mean, that's like the top shelf for storm development, and that was near Hawaii, just south of there. So they did get some pretty big swells. You know, if you've been to the beach for one of those events, you know exactly about it. But and then it went up into the colder water eventually, you know, towards the Aleutians and just kind of faded away. So that was the interesting part of the storm, you know, that it did. There's the 8,190 miles. That's pretty wild. This guy did not travel, this lady did not travel 8,190 miles, but did get to our inbox, and we would love to see more pics of your cats, dogs, anything that you have there. Chime in, 13wham.com/chime in, scan that QR code on the screen, and we will get your pup on the air, we promise. It might not be tomorrow, but it will be at some point. Today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
I know.
Maybe Wednesday next week. It's just going to keep going. Imelda did get an update. This is the 8 o'clock update. Last hour we were looking at this storm. Just wanted to pass this along that it is officially a hurricane now, just off the east coast of Florida there, about 180 miles north of Great Abaco Island in the Bahamas. Has winds around 75, gusts to 85. It is not going to impact the United States, thankfully. What a dry September. Bring it back home here. We'd take some of that rain. I don't know if we'd take the intensity of that rain, but we've only had 0.3 inches of rain in the month of September for Rochester, and that is second on the list. Will stay second, by the way, on the list, because 1960, back in that year, on this date, there was 12/100ths of an inch of rain, so that September will actually end up at 0.28 when we look at this tomorrow. So
wow.
we just made it into that second slot, and if you're wondering, like we were just talking about, that moderate drought is set to continue. Almost all of the United States will see improvement in terms of the precip, except for parts of New England and lower Great Lakes. It's sunshine as far as the eye can see, 54 after your morning low of 47 this morning, so that's pretty seasonable for this time of the year. And the satellite radar, it does show a cold front to our north, and that's going to knock the temperature back over the next couple of days, so we're not going to see 70s. We'll be back in the 60s briefly, upper 70s by Friday, Saturday at 80. I'm going to leave the tropicals out for this one. We'll see. Give them a little taste of cold.
All right.
You know what? It gets cold in Florida, too. So, and they make it down there. So 1 o'clock, 71, 5 o'clock, 73. The old golf forecast. Bad news for the Dan Schrack Invitational.
Yeah, it's been canceled.
It's been canceled.
Yeah.
Due to lack of funding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep, it was. 45 tonight, mainly clear. And there's your 7-day forecast. Yeah, if you've got anything to do outside, this is just phenomenal. Think about apple picking, the Bills game, Sunday, just all the stuff going on this time of the year. Birthday party, whatever. It's you can still go outside with it.
God.
I was just going back to the Dan Schrack invitation.
Okay.
The real reason is it was a lack of interest on Oak Hill's part.
Oh.
They wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
They never reached out to me. They never said, hey, we'd love to host your event.
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
You know?
Yeah.
We'll find a sponsor for this.
Listen.
We'll set it up outside.
If that's something... Something tells me, yeah, it might be.
I've got a 7-iron back in weather. We'll take it out in the yard and smack some golf balls.
It'll be the
into
Dan
employees'
Schrack
cars.
Invitational brought to you by the ground up.
Yeah, and somebody that can fix dents and fenders.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, goodness.
Yikes. Okay, but yeah, all in all, like, no complaints when it comes to the forecast.
No.
And
Lots of painting jobs. I see, lots of folks are getting stuff done outside. All the stuff that you need stretches of dry weather for. It'd be perfect to stain a deck or something like that. Don't waste it.
Get those Halloween decorations.
There you go.
I know.
It was hard to actually to get the stakes in the ground. I actually had to get a hammer.
What did we stake in the
So Kim's grandparents used to make all their own Halloween decorations. So we have a couple of the cats. They're on like wooden stakes, and I'm trying to push it into the mulch. I'm like most years it just goes in. I had to go get the hammer to.
Wow.
It's so dry.
We're in the process of making ours right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I need a truck. I need somebody with a truck.
Boy.
For what? What are you
project.
doing with a truck?
The neighbor has an 18-foot Bill skeleton, by the way.
The neighbor does. Yes, I know.
Really?
Are you jealous?
Yes, obviously.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Was it Josh
Unfair.
Allen? Is it Josh Allen?
I think so. I don't know how they found.
How do you get a jersey that big?
I don't know.
Do you make it?
I don't know. If I look into it, then I'm just
This
going
is
to be
true.
upset
Don't
because
look
I've already
into
been
it.
told
Don't
no.
look into it. All right. Sounds good, McLean.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester when we come back. Some advice from a workplace expert on what job seekers really want.
And don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. ARC Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13 Wham YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back after this. Navigating today's job market can be tricky, but a new report from Robert Half is shedding light on what professionals really want.
This morning, we're getting a closer look at the 2026 salary guide and also getting some tips on what job seekers should know before they head into a new career. For more, we're joined now by Dawn Fay, the operational president and workplace expert at Robert Half. Good morning to you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so let's get right into it. When you say what professionals really want, or when that report says that, are we talking about the people who are hiring or the people who are looking to be hired?
Well, our salary guide covers both. So we've got three clear trends that have come out of the data this year. The first being that total compensation is taking center stage in the job market. Second, workers are willing to negotiate. 88% are willing to negotiate their comp package. And third, employers are still looking for in-demand skills, and 84% are willing to pay more to land that talent.
So what are those in-demand skills that those employers are looking for? I need to take notes.
Well, many are surrounding AI and machine learning, cybersecurity, accounting and finance. Those are some of the areas that we're seeing command those top dollars in the marketplace right now.
So, I mean, anybody can write on their resume, oh, yeah, I know how to use AI. Oh, yeah, I know how to do all this stuff. You know, how do employers kind of, you know, figure out whether it's fact or fiction here?
Right. Well, that's what the interview process is for. And many organizations have more thorough interview processes than they've had in the past. They're making sure that they're pre-screening, vetting in different ways, taking candidates on site, and really taking them through some technical questions to make sure that they have the skill sets they're looking for.
Now, when you mentioned overall compensation packages, does that, are you alluding to things like vacation and holidays and sick pay and all of that?
Yes, total compensation is much more than just a base salary. It includes, as you were mentioning, benefits, perks, hybrid work options, and even training and development, which is really important to employees in today's marketplace.
So talking about contracts and salaries and negotiating, we do that in our jobs when, you know, when you're hired by a company, you get a contract and you look it over, and it can get a little ugly sometimes when you're talking about money. It's a tough conversation to have, especially if you're unfamiliar with the person who's offering you this contract and you're saying, well, this isn't really that great of a deal. I'd like X, Y, and Z. How do you have those conversations without, you know, getting personal with it, without having any kind of awkward feelings?
You're right. Negotiating salaries and contracts can be very complicated and unnerving for both sides. It's really important for people to do their homework and understand what their skills are worth in today's marketplace. Our salary guide is a great way for people to find that information. There's other tools and resources online. So you want to make sure you're going into those conversations really prepared and understanding what it is that you bring to the table, how you can add value to that organization, and negotiate more than just the base salary. As we talked about, you can negotiate hybrid work options, other benefits and perks. So it's the overall package that you're there to talk about, and having those good communication skills is really important.
How do you know throughout the job search process if you've found the job that is right for you? Because look, there are sometimes you'll stumble upon something and it looks just, you know, idyllic. But if you talk to somebody within the company, they might say, listen, I'd look somewhere else. I wouldn't come here if I were you. How do you find those things out before you sign on the dotted line?
Well, it's important to do your homework. Company culture is really important, and a great way to get an understanding of that is through the interview process. Interviewing is as much for the employee as it is for the employer, so you want to make sure you're asking questions about how long people have been there, who was in the job before them, have people internally promoted, what are some of the training and learning and mentoring opportunities like, so that you really get an understanding of that entire company culture, not just the tasks and base salary. And it's really about an individual fit. Different things are important to different people at different stages of their career, but you really want to take the time during that interview process to interview the employer yourself and do your homework.
I mean, being honest here, the job market is tough right now. We've seen so many reports on it, how people are really struggling to land that perfect job or even any job. When it comes to building that resume, putting together the cover letter, what should people really focus on? I know you mentioned artificial intelligence. I know you mentioned a couple other things, but you know, what is something that people can do to get their resume at the top of the pile?
Yeah, the most important things people can do is make sure on your resume that you are putting your accomplishments. Sometimes people on their resume are listing just job duties and tasks. You want to include the things that you have done, whether you've delivered a project on time and under budget. What are some of those things where there's really been a return on investment of your efforts at the company you've been at? Those are the things that really can showcase you and differentiate yourself from others throughout the interview process.
Dawn Fate, thank you so much for your time this morning. We really appreciate it. If someone wants to learn more, where can we send them?
Well, we encourage people to give us a call and visit us at roberthalf.com.
Terrific. Thank you again.
Don't go anywhere. When our
Matt.
Rochester returns, Steph will be here breaking down some of our top political headlines.
Your political pulse coming up next.
It's time for a political pulse check on ARC Rochester. We begin with Secretary Pete Hegseth addressing hundreds of military officials this morning in Quantico. Now, those remarks wrapping up just moments ago, Hegseth said the focus of his speech was about the culture within the military. At one point, he said military leaders had been promoted for the, quote, wrong reasons, mentioning race and gender. Hegseth also said the Defense Department became woke, but is not anymore. He said more practical training would also be prioritized as well. This comes ahead of a looming government shutdown. If it happens, service members would have to work without pay. And speaking of the shutdown, that countdown continues for Congress to avoid a government shutdown. Without a spending plan, this will happen at midnight. Democratic and Republican leaders left a White House meeting with President Trump yesterday, showing no signs of compromise. The current GOP plan would keep the government funded through November 21st. Democrats want there to be more negotiations on health care. Some measures they're calling for, like an extension to Obamacare subsidies. Senator Chuck Schumer is reportedly asking for a short-term 7 to 10-day fix that would allow more time for conversation, but Republicans are not backing down.
Democrats are fighting to protect the health care of the American people, and we are not going to support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of everyday Americans. Period. Full stop.
So if they want to talk about how to fix American healthcare policy, let's do it. The Speaker would love to do it. The Senate Majority Leader would love to do it. Let's work on it together. But let's do it in the context of an open government that's providing essential services to the American people.
Members of our local delegation are also reacting, including Congressman Joe Morelli. He does not support a shutdown, but he hopes the two sides can reach a mutual agreement.
Shutting down the government is not governing. It's using people's lives and livelihoods as leverage in a political fight. It's wrong and it's dangerous. So the Republicans are in charge. They need to do something. They don't want to negotiate and enter into a bipartisan agreement, although I hope they come to their senses in the next couple of days and agree to do that.
Republican Congresswoman Claudia Tenney of New York's 24th District telling 13 Women in a statement, quote, House Republicans did our job and voted to fund the government. Now it is up to Chuck Schumer and Senate Democrats. It takes 60 votes to pass funding in the Senate. If they block it, the shutdown will be a Democrat shutdown, plain and simple. Healthcare workers will rally at the Liberty Pole this morning at 10, calling for Republicans to prioritize healthcare preservation in that spending plan. Turning now to a 20-point peace plan for the war in Gaza. Trump welcoming the Israeli prime minister to the White House yesterday to discuss it. The plan calls for the release of all Israeli hostages held in Gaza within 72 hours of Israel accepting the agreement. In exchange, more than 2,000 Palestinian prisoners would be released, all military operations would be suspended, and battle lines will remain frozen until conditions are met for a complete stage withdrawal. There would also be a board of peace.
And we'll do it right, and we're going to put leaders from other countries on, and leaders that are very distinguished leaders, and we'll have a board.
But if Hamas rejects your plan, Mr. President, or if they supposedly accept it and then basically do everything to counter it, then Israel will finish the job by itself. This can be done the easy way, or it can be done the hard way, but it will be done.
Support Israel's effort to do so. Trump is also targeting a new industry for tariffs. That's film. He's proposing a 100% tariff on movies made outside the U.S. It's unclear how this would be enacted. This would be the first time he would tax a service rather than a good. Now, that post said in part, quote, our movie-making business has been stolen from the United States of America by other countries. Therefore, in order to solve this long-time, never-ending problem, I will be imposing a 100% tariff on any and all movies that are made outside of the United States. And finally, this morning, the Treasury Department will stop printing checks for some services, including Social Security and tax returns. This all started today, and it's being done in line with an executive order from the president. Those payments will be delivered electronically. Trump wants to reduce costs and target potential fraud or theft. The move is also believed to save the government millions. Less than 1% of people get paper checks. And more information on direct deposit can be found on godirect.gov. Be sure to stay with ARC Rochester for your top political headlines. We are back after this.
so much for sticking with us this Tuesday morning on ARC Rochester. A local children's author has just released a second installment in the Charlie Moose series, and this time he's heading to school.
Yeah, navigating the excitement, the challenges, and all the adventures, the new book teaches young readers a very valuable lesson. For more on his new book, we're joined by author John Sherwood. Good morning. Thanks so much for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on book number 2 in
Thanks.
this series.
Thanks.
This is really exciting.
It is. I mean, it took me 21 years to do the first one, and then everybody's like, when's the second one coming? And it's like, I better get moving on it. So it only took a couple years for that one.
All right, very good. And so we're talking back to school for Charlie Moose.
Back to School for Charlie Moose. The Charlie Moose series takes kids about pursuing dreams, setting goals, dealing with some failure, but to always try their best. And you never know where that could lead. You could achieve your goal, or it could lead to something even better. And in the second book, Charlie goes to school, and he, a lot like me, didn't like doing homework. And my parents were teachers, so that tells you that went over real big. But he goes to school, he'd rather play, and even his friends are like, you got to do the homework. Our parents are making us do ours. And he just ignores it, and then eventually it catches up with him. And he looks at the potential of failure and turns things around and ends up getting passing grades.
I think that my college students need to borrow this book.
Yeah.
It's a life lesson for adults, too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Where did the Charlie Moose story come from initially?
Initially, it started, I had bought a stuffed plush moose with a Santa hat for my girlfriend. This is back in 1996. And we named him Charlie. He went everywhere with us, and we had a lot of fun with him. And about a year after that, I was on the tarmac in Rochester. I was headed to a business meeting in LA. And I just got to thinking, how does a moose get a Santa hat? And by the time I landed, I had it all sketched out. I'd never been thought about it.
What made you ask that question
I don't know.
on the
I
tarmac?
was just sitting there, and I was thinking about it, and we have so much fun with them.
How did a moose get a Santa hat?
Yeah, and I just thought of it. And then when we landed, I had it sketched out. And it took this long because the internet wasn't like it is today.
Mm-hmm.
So I was trying to find the stuffed plush maker and then trying to find the illustrator because I can't draw. And it took 21 years, but I finally put all the pieces together.
And where is the original Charlie Moose now?
Still with my, we're ex-girlfriend now, but he's still there. And he grew up with her kids.
Wow.
And she said, when I told her I'd finished the book, she said, my kids grew up with Charlie. So he's endured, and now we've passed that on so that I've been doing this now since 2019, going to different shows, and I have parents coming up saying, Charlie's with my kids all year long. So he goes on trips with families.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, we're 2 books in now, so there's got to be at least a third installment coming at some point.
There is. This is not a big announcement yet, but
okay.
Each one of these has sort of reflected part of my life. In the first book, I came out of college thinking, this is exactly what I'm going to do. And I kept running into closed doors. I didn't have enough experience. And that evolved into finding a lifelong career in a job that I never knew existed in trade show marketing. The second one, I wasn't a very good student. And it took coming close to failure for me to realize I better get my game together. So the third one is going to be, I travel a lot for my job all over the world. And everywhere I go, I try to learn to say hello, how are you? And so I'm going to take Charlie because in the second book he wants to be a pilot. We're going to now travel and take it international and teach kids a little bit about France, a little bit about Italy, and enough where by the end of the book, these little kids will be able to say hello in 7, 8 different languages.
And will the next Charlie have a little passport with him?
He could, yeah. He
or maybe just some wings.
Some wings. We have a little pilot's hat on him in the end of this book, so that could be what we do. But he's
That's fantastic.
Travel around, and that'll be the cap for. I have no other ideas, so that's about.
I think I'll send you an email. I might have some ideas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I might have some ideas.
Charlie Moose goes to the news.
Yeah.
Yes, the news. Yeah.
Charlie Moose becomes a journalist. Just
There's so
let
many
us know.
things you could do.
Charlie Moose befriends Dan and Abby.
Oh,
That's
there
right.
you go. I love it. Yeah.
He becomes the third morning anchor right
He
here
could.
on ARC.
He could.
my
Yeah.
He absolutely could. Sky's the limit for this guy. Sky is the limit.
Definitely.
For somebody sitting at home who wants to get their own copy or get their own stuffed plushie Charlie the Moose, where do they go?
CharlieMooseBooks.com. That is the main place. And on the website, you'll see our tour schedule. We've been up in New Hampshire, Vermont. We were at the Adirondacks last week for a big moose festival. And now we're going to start around upstate New York, Syracuse, Buffalo, Rochester.
Love it.
Do you have a new appreciation for the animal?
I do.
You know, are you like, do you research them and you're like, yeah, this was a good choice. Like I picked a good animal.
Well, what was funny, it's when I started doing the moose festivals and you go up to these places and everything's named Moose. Moose Mini Mart, Moose this. And then you ask people, have you seen one? And a lot of people haven't. I mean, the majority. And apparently they hide really well.
Yeah.
And it's such a big animal, but everyone loves moose. And I don't know, when I came out with this, it just appealed to me at the time. I wasn't even thinking. I just thought it was a really cool stuffed plush, and it's just evolved from there.
Well, it's a great idea that is snowballing and growing.
Yeah.
We wish you the best of luck, and we look forward to having you back with book number 3.
I will gladly come back.
Perfect.
Thank you. Time right now, 9:33. Much more to get to this morning on ARC Rochester. When we come back, a closer look at some of the stories that have people talking this Tuesday morning.
Hey, and don't forget, you can watch us on the go wherever you are. ARC Rochester is streaming live right now on the 13WHAM YouTube channel and foxrochester.com. Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break.
It's time to see what's trending this Tuesday morning, starting with a rising star who is stirring up some drama in Hollywood.
Yeah, her name is Tilly Norwood. She is an actress who currently has multiple real talent agents fighting for her. But here's the thing, Tilly is AI.
Yeah, the AI actress first appeared in an entirely AI-made comedy video for the production company Particle 6.
According to the founder of Particle 6, Tilly has other AI projects to work on currently, but they will be announcing which agency will be representing her within the next few months.
They claim they want Tilly to become the next Scarlett Johansson or Natalie Portman.
Yeah, the creation and popularity of Tilly has received a lot of backlash.
Several actors like Whoopi Goldberg, Emily Blunt, and Nicholas Alexander Chavez have all spoken out against this actress. Many say it's unfair, wrong, and insulting.
Others have called for another actor strike if the AI actually does get signed by a talent agency.
Now, following the backlash, Particle 6's founder shared a statement on Instagram for the Instagram page actually created for the actress.
Yeah, the post read in part, Tilly is not a replacement for a human being, but a creative work, a piece of art.
They continue to compare Tilly and AI in general as a tool or paintbrush to imagine and build stories.
What I find very interesting about this is that Tilly can learn from all of the greats. From every Academy Award-winning performance is where Tilly will draw her inspiration for her characters.
Yeah.
Which is, and from every news story and from anything it has ever existed.
Yeah.
That is how Tilly will become an actress. You know?
I do. I don't really like it.
Oh, no.
Okay,
no.
great. Okay.
No.
You know, yeah, it's a new tool. It's a paintbrush, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, it's taking jobs away from people. You know?
Absolutely.
Like, how else is she going to be used?
Yeah.
Don't say she's going to be used for stunts because guess what? Stuntmen, stunt women rely on that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't say she's going to be an extra. You know, you still need extras in films. I don't know. I just think
acting across from like a velociraptor is one thing. Yeah, make that CGI. AI that. Go for it. I'm all about it.
AI the dino.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't need an AI person.
I don't think we need the AI people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't see the appeal other than you want my honest opinion? I think it's a PR stunt by, what is this company?
Particle
Something
6.
Particle 6. I think it's a PR stunt.
Probably.
To get their name out there, get people talking about them. Oh, we're going to stir up a lot of controversy. That no agency will end up signing this actress. Yeah. Who are you paying? Who makes the money?
Particle 6, right?
Particle 6 or the person who coded her or who?
I think we all need to sit down and rewatch the Terminator series.
Right?
Just
Listen,
a thought.
Be friendly to your chat bots, people. Be friendly to them. Because when they take over the world, I'm telling you,
we're going to be just fine.
I'm going to be on the good list.
Yeah.
Going to be on the good list. All right, let's move along to another story that may unlock a new fear for you.
A woman took to TikTok to share the story of how she ended up with a broken neck after taking a forceful yawn.
What?
Okay, I'm scared of like everything now.
Yeah, no. The mother of two explained that one morning in 2016, she was watching her newborn daughter yawn when she instinctively copied her.
She said she immediately felt an electric shock sensation go through her body and then was in sudden, severe pain.
She asked her husband to call an ambulance, and he thought that she was just having a panic attack for no reason.
Eventually, she was able to convince her husband that this was serious, and an ambulance was called. I'm going to hit pause real quick. I just want to say women are super crazy tough. Calling an ambulance, not something I think most people want to do. So if your spouse says, hey, call an ambulance, I wouldn't be like,
yeah, honey, calm down.
Just relax.
Yeah,
Sounds
no.
Call the ambulance and the lawyer.
It sounds like he wanted to do some mansplaining in time of actual need.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So according to the woman, medical staff was baffled by her symptoms and described it as a crazy freak accident.
Doctors told her she was completely paralyzed along her right-hand side because of excessive force from that yawn. It caused 2 of her vertebrae to dislodge, and she broke her neck.
Okay, I don't know about you, but reading this story about yawning is making me want to yawn right now.
And now I'm terrified.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
Somebody get me a coffee. Doctors said that she had a 50-50 chance of surviving the emergency surgery since it's an extremely delicate procedure.
Fortunately, she did survive, and she is still on the road to recovery. Fingers crossed everything goes okay for her. But gosh, how could you even continue living your life? I'm sorry. Like, I yawn all the time, constantly tired. She has a newborn at home.
Yeah, she's getting no sleep.
Yeah.
And think about the fear now that she is living in anytime she feels a yawn coming on.
Yeah.
I can
know.
see you. I can see you. I see the yawn starting.
Like,
it's in there.
You guys ever have those yawns where like the back of your neck clicks?
Hold on.
I don't think.
No? Okay.
I don't think. I kind of struggle in general.
I had to get that one out.
Because of the whole jaw situation, like it's constantly clicking. And I just went and got it adjusted yesterday, so it's like particularly clicky today. So now that I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about the yawning, and I'm thinking about breaking my neck, I'm, this isn't funny, but like paralyzed with fear.
That was just in poor taste.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
All right, let's move along to a new study that reveals people are spending me time in their cars.
According to a new survey, American car owners reported that their car is their sanctuary.
That's kind of interesting. The research found that millennials do so for self-improvement while in their vehicle.
44% of people claim to plan their life and their future in their car.
18% admit to talking to themselves out loud while in the car, many giving themselves pep talks while en route. I feel like I'm being spied on.
Yeah, all right. Others who took part in the study revealed they go out of their way to get into their car to calm down.
55% said they get in their car for a moment of silence. 43% say they work out of their vehicle. I thought it was work out in their car.
Sit-ups.
Yeah, sit-ups or, bench press. 25% said they take naps in their vehicle.
I have napped in my car before, specifically when I was driving back and forth from Buffalo to Rochester every day. Sometimes, the shift would just I'd have to pull off into Batavia.
Yep.
I'd power nap in the car. I think I talk to myself all the time.
Constantly.
And I don't know about a pep talk. I have, and this is embarrassing, but I'll share.
Admit it.
One of the gentlemen over in sales caught me doing it. Went in my car and just like yelled, screamed.
Constantly.
Actually, and like gave the steering wheel a good thud.
Yeah.
And then I felt a little knock at the window because I had my head down. And he was like, "Hey, are you okay?" And then he's like, "Your husband's one of my clients. Should I call him?" And I'm like, "Don't tell him." And that was it.
He knows now.
He knows now.
He knows now.
He knew
Listen,
in the moment.
that doesn't surprise me at all. Not your, we all know you have a temper issue. But that...
This is really hot tea.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Just yesterday, we were talking about people taking vacation days or personal days and sick time and using it just for rest and recovery because they feel overworked, they feel burnt out, they feel like they're burning the candle at both ends. So someone wanting to go and yell in their car or needing to give themselves a pep talk, to go and put up with the same BS that they deal with on a daily basis?
Yeah.
I get it.
And people are really stressed right now. People are super high strung. I say if you can release all of that stuff in a healthy way, go for it.
Yeah.
Just don't take it out on the road with you.
No.
Would you go out of your way to take a nap in your car?
Like
go out of my...
Yeah, like you're home and you're like, ugh, I
No.
need to take a nap in my car.
No.
Why would I do that?
That was the stat. That's literally what the stat was.
They go out of their way to take it?
25% of people say they go out of their way to take a nap in their car.
No, I feel like they need to seek some help.
Why?
So,
That's
there
really the whole point of the story.
are gears up there that aren't turning if they need to go sleep in their car. Do they feel safer there?
They said it's their sanctuary. That was the whole story.
Oh, that's not what I took away from this story.
Me neither. I'll be honest with you.
Maybe we need to work on our writing.
You know what, Dan? I quit.
I will say, I was a little distracted because it smells amazing.
So good in here.
It smells insane.
So good in here.
And that's because coming up on the other side of the break, we're getting our steins out for an upcoming event at ARTISANworks, and it smells really good.
It does. You don't want to miss it. Stick around. We're back on the other side of the break. Okay, get ready to drink and indulge because Oktoberfest is coming to ARTISANworks this Friday.
Yeah, food, live music, and German beer. This morning, we're getting a preview of it all. For more, we're joined now by Colin Neville, the Assistant General Manager, and we were talking about it before we went to commercial break, and it smells so good. It's authentic German food, yes?
Yes. This is pork schnitzel, German potato salad, and then you got some red cabbage, and then we also have some sausage.
Wow.
Bratwurst.
It really does. What are we smelling? What is it that smells the best in here?
Probably the pork schnitzel and the cabbage, and it's a mixture of all that good smell. It's the Bavarian smell, right from Germany.
And Oktoberfest, I feel like, it's definitely one of the more fun celebrations out there. For me, it's like right up there with St. Patrick's Day. For you, why is it so fun? Why is it so special to celebrate this heritage?
Well, so my father, who executive chef over at Madeline's Catering, he's created these recipes from our heritage, and he makes the best German food I've ever had, and I spent some time down in Germany. So I just think it's wonderful, and then we're going to have an event at our favorite place, ARTISANworks, where we're located out of. Doors are at 5:30. The live band, the Crazy Firemen, are coming right at 7 o'clock. They're going to kick it off, and we're just going to have, costumes and just have some fun, drink some beer. We'll have German beer, of course.
Well, I feel like we're kind of missing something. I don't know if you got the note, but we tend to drink on this program.
To wash it down, maybe?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got forks. Can we try this stuff?
Please, yes, please try it. Dig in.
Send it down. A couple of forks.
Yeah, get in here. We got the schnitzel.
Do we have any other forks over anywhere?
I feel like you could also go like My Dog Indy style and just.
You probably could.
Okay.
Steph, do you want to try this one?
All right, so I am going to go with the.
Might as well.
This is schnitzel.
Yeah,
My mom used to make
schnitzel. It's got a hunter sauce on top.
What is that?
It's pretty much like a gravy with mushrooms, but it's very delicious. I think you're going to enjoy it.
And your dad is the head chef, yes?
Yes.
That's amazing.
My mother created this business back in 1990. And my father joined her about 18, 19 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And
they've
created something so great.
Yeah, I believe it.
This is fantastic. I really I tried the
Thank you, sir.
cabbage and the potato together, and I really like the flavor.
Okay, but here's my thing. I think you need to just pick up the sausage, take a bite out of it. Look at those peppers and onions.
I know.
They got your name all over them.
I just don't want to take an entire bite out of it.
No disrespect to my mom, because she's a great lady. That is...
I would use that
killer.
fork.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's really good.
And what is schnitzel? Is it pork?
Yeah. So originally it's pork, but we also have chicken schnitzel we'll be doing at the event as well, which is common, but I'd say the original recipe would be pork schnitzel.
Get some peppers and onions.
Right,
That's
so good.
Stephannie. Is there going to be dessert involved?
We don't have any dessert lined up because you know what it is? It's beer.
Beer?
Yeah.
That's what it is. And
Keep
lots
on
of
going with the beer. Listen, that's okay. That is absolutely all right.
Wow.
What are we wowing? What flavor here?
Right
Is
here.
that the cabbage?
Yeah.
The cabbage?
Potatoes are very good too. This is German potato salad, yeah?
Yes.
Amazing.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah. How are those potatoes prepared?
So, it's scalloped potatoes, and they're served hot with some bacon bits, and we use like a vinegar recipe to marinate.
It's great.
I don't want to be dramatic, but this is
Unbelievable.
It's good.
it's
delicious.
Really good.
insanely good.
So I have to ask.
Pardon me while I just keep eating.
Is this just part of your normal wardrobe?
I wear it every day, right?
No.
Well, I was out in Germany when I studied there, so I went to the Oktoberfest. I got the vibe out there, but I will be wearing this at our event this Friday, of course.
Will you be the only one?
I hope not, but yeah, wear costumes.
Do you
enjoy.
own more than one?
I don't, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's a look.
Yeah.
It's a look, ladies and gentlemen.
Isn't that good?
For the fest.
Yes, it's great.
That's the best cabbage I've ever had.
I know, yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, fantastic. All right, for somebody who wants to swing by, where, do we need tickets? You just show up?
So tickets are $10, but $5 will go to ARTISANworks, and then $5 will go to Verona Animal Shelter, and then you'll come in, and we got the band right at 7 o'clock. So doors are at 5:30. Come on in. We'll have beer, food, the band. we're creating the good Bavarian vibe there this weekend.
Is there dancing?
Of course.
There is?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to give us a in-studio demonstration?
You'll just have to come on Friday and check it out.
You can do the Ziggy Zaggy. Come on.
We will post all of this information and much more on our website after the show this morning. Find it on foxrochester.com.
All right, don't go anywhere when our Rochester
Get in
returns.
my belly.
Your final thoughts this Tuesday morning. We'll be right back.
He was Scottish.
Time for our final thoughts on our Rochester. I can't get over that food, man.
I feel like that's...
I'm in a relationship with German food.
Yeah?
Yes.
Wild.
How's your wife going to feel
I don't
about
know.
that?
Join us
We'll
tomorrow
settle it
morning.
later.
Honey, can I bring this baked potato home with us?
It was so good, though.
Yeah, the cabbage, I've never tasted anything like that.
It's like
No.
perfect balance.
I don't know what
of,
the recipe was, but it
Yeah.
was good.
We used to have an Oktoberfest party every year when I was growing up with my parents, and they would do the traditional German food because my family's German. And no disrespect at all, but that was actually the best German food I've ever had
Okay,
in my life.
why
It's
aren't
really
you? Why didn't you take on the party hosting responsibilities?
How do you know I didn't?
Have you ever gotten an invite?
You didn't give him the invite?
That does it for us here on ARC Rochester. Make sure to wake up with me tomorrow morning because Abby's not going to be here over on 13 Wham ABC.
I get the
We also have a lot more coming up later today.
13 Wham News at midday. We'll see you then.
Bye.